Alright, I am ready to pull this motor out. So pretty much what I'm going to do, I'm going to put you guys on a time lapse. I'm going to drop the motor on the ground. It's going to be laying on the ground. Then again, I'm going to raise the car as high as I can and then hopefully pull the motor out. And hopefully this goes according to plan. I've done this once before on a driveway, on a slanted driveway on an Evo 4. So I guess I'll put you guys on the stand and we'll fucking send it. We have to lose, right? Just get this motor out of here. Alrighty, I got it out. Just got to drag the motor out. I got the car lifted by the engine hoist right now. It's kind of hard to tell. But yeah, that was not as sketchy as I thought. It's not terrible. We're going to drag the engine out and then bring the car down because it's looks like it's going to shoot off into the sky like a rocket ship. So yeah, doing this alone kind of sucks. It would help if I had help. But yeah, I kind of made a mess, so I need to clean that up, pull the motor out, and then bring this back down. Okay, so I haven't filmed in a while, but I brought the car outside. The engine's on the hoist. I brought the car, pushed it all by myself, all the way around there so I can work on it outside and clean. I'm gonna pressure wash the engine right now, clean it, degrease it, and then I'm gonna degrease the engine bay too as well. And then before I do that, actually I'm gonna take off the fenders so I can clean up the whole front end, pressure wash it before I get to work. But I think for tonight, I think I'm just gonna get away with pressure washing this and that, and then I'll call it a day after that. Okay, got one more bolt in this fender. It's gonna come off. The bottom down there because they're rusty. If you've never felt the Evo fender, they're so light. Aluminum. So I actually want to take off the cowl, so I'm going to take off the wiper blades and then the cowl can come off so I can take off the hood hinges. I just refinished these wiper blades last year, so don't really want to mess them up. Put the bolt back on there. I'm going to clean this up, pressure wash it, and degrease it. So, cleaned it up. I tidied up the garage a bit, which is a little messy. I made my own corner here with a table, got the engine in here. I actually didn't show you because my battery in my camera died, but I actually pressure washed, degreased the engine like really quickly. Same with the engine bay, I degreased it all. I degreased and pressure washed it just so I can get ready to actually start working on it. And get ready to put, this is the brand new rad support. I don't know if I showed you guys, but the rad support's right there, brand new rad support. So I'm gonna get ready and start drilling out all these spot welds to replace a rad support. And then after that I'm pretty much gonna paint the bay and then slap everything back on. I'm gonna restore some of the parts. I think I'm gonna redo the calipers, the subframe, just clean everything up and make it look nice, instead of just slapping it all back in there. Like, it kind of always just escalates when you just do one thing. It just escalates to other things because you don't want to put it back. So yeah, so I got the engine cleaned out. I don't think I'm gonna pull it apart. I might just take the intake manifold off and clean it up, maybe sandblast some parts, powder coat some parts, but it just escalates all the time and I just don't want to get too deep into it. So I left the T-case and trans still connected. I definitely want to redo the brake calipers and the subframe and control arms and redo all of that, refurbish it. And then I'm gonna make one episode on just rebuilding the headlights. So I'm pretty much gonna combine both of these two to make the best set. And I think I'm gonna stick with the chrome lenses instead of the blacks, just because it's a 7 and the blacks only came on 8s and 9s. So I'm gonna do that, and then probably next week gonna get to drilling out the spot welds on the rad support. You can tell it's pretty beat up. So drill out the welds on the rad support, take the whole rad support off, and then prep the bay. I'm also gonna do the wheel wells as well, because I gotta Raptor liner the wheel wells as well. Prep the bay and paint the whole bay, and then put all of this stuff back, looking nice. So that'll do it for today. It's getting late. I'm gonna call it a night. See you guys in the next clip. What is up, boys? It's been a while since I picked up the camera. I've just been busy, but I want to get some work done to the Evo today. It's in good shape. It's just been a couple weeks since I've really done anything to the Evo, but I don't think I showed you guys this. This is my new to me 1995 Subaru WRX STI. So I picked it up. It was too much of a good deal to pass on, so I picked it up, I don't know, probably a month ago. Just haven't had the chance to film anything on it, but picked it up. I took the motor out completely. The motor is out. The motor was not getting compression, and the motor is actually over here, under this. So my garage is a mess, but I wanted to get this done before I do more work to the Evo. Evo right now, currently as it stands, is in this state. I completely forgot to one day I just decided to work on it, and I took off the rad support. So you can see I took out all the spot welds, took the rad support off. Now I still have the rad support here with me, and before I throw it in the garbage, I want to take note on all these spot welds on that rad support so I can drill new holes for the new rad support right there. The new rad support's there, and they don't have pre-drilled holes for the spot weld. So what I need to do before I throw this one in the trash is drill out the holes on this so I know exactly where to drill them out. Then I'll throw this one out in the trash. So then after I drill that out, I'll get my buddy over to weld it on the Evo, and I'm gonna start sandblasting and taking care of the rust. So really, once the bay is painted and the rust is taken care of, I can put the 4G back. But today my main priority I want to get started on is just preparing the subframe, the brakes, the hubs to go on the Evos. So I need to get all that done to put it on. So I'm gonna get started. I think today what I'm gonna do is paint the calipers. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I want to paint the calipers yellow, or I'm gonna paint them. So I'm gonna prep them. So I don't know if I've told you guys, but I'm doing the calipers and the valve cover yellow. So the accent color on the Evo is gonna be yellow. So I'm gonna do the valve cover and the calipers the same color. The rear calipers are still in the car, so I'm gonna have to do that on a later date, but I think today, as a goal, I want to get the calipers done. So I guess I'll put you guys on stand and watch me prep these calipers. And then I also kept a bunch of boxes from parts I've been ordering to make a booth and prep so I can get these calipers painted. So let's get started. So what I'm doing right now, before I drill anything, I'm not gonna drill anything now because I don't have drill bits. But before I throw the old rad support off, what I did, I took some tape and I taped off where these spot weld holes are, and I put it back on here since just to make sure that the spot welds
where I'm drilling are in the correct location. So there's some in here, there's one under there, and on the top too is the same. So I'm just doing that just to double make sure. I know like I can also refer to the chassis and make sure I'm drilling the holes right. Like they don't have to be like exactly where they are. Okay, I'm pretty much done prepping these to get washed. After I wash them, I'm sand them down. I'm back. So pretty much what I've been doing for the last hour is taking out the control arm off the subframe. So I pretty much had dismantled this whole subframe a long time ago, but this control arm wouldn't come out due to this bolt, if I can find it. This is part of it. Part of the bolt I had to cut off with all this stuff because this control arm was stuck in subframe. Pretty much the bolt had seized in the bushing of the control arm. I really did not want to cut it out because I wanted to reuse the bushing and the bolt, but now I'm just gonna have to order either brand new bushings for the control arm or just a brand new control arm in general. You can buy them on a STM for like, I don't know, 50 bucks, and a bolt. So I really didn't want to cut it off, but I had no other choice. It was seized on there and I was having a hard time taking it out, so I had to use the torch, then got out the angle grinder because I wanted to prep the subframe and all these Evo parts for paint. So since I'm not going to powder coat any of these, I'm going to spray paint pretty much all the parts to refurbish them. I decided that I need to cut that off with the angle grinder. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to paint today, but I'm going to start prepping all the parts and pretty much degrease and pressure wash all these parts. So I'm going to get the subframe, the Cusco brace underneath, pretty much everything on this table needs to get done. The north-south bar, I'm going to have to clean the hubs, the brake dust shield, the sway bar, the drive shaft, all the brackets. So pretty much everything on this table, I'm going to one, clean, prep for paint, take all the rust off, sand, whatever, and then paint, whether it's black, clear coat, or some parts, I don't know if I've told you, but I'm doing yellow. So I'm going to do the valve cover yellow, the brace under the car yellow is going to go yellow, and I also am going to do the calipers yellow. So took off the calipers. The one thing annoying that Evo calipers always do, no matter what you do, is the holes on the bottom bolt always strips on both of these calipers. So they're always strips. So I'm going to have to re-tap those and helicoil. But I'm going to have to prep both calipers to do that. So what I'm going to do now is bring all the parts that need to be degreased and pressure washed outside. So what I have to do pretty much before I prep these is disassemble them, take the brake pads out, and then plug the hole. Since I'm not powder coating them, I don't need to split them. Honestly, if I had more budget and more resources, I would powder coat them, but not for this project. So to take out these bolts, I need to buy a tab and die kit to re-tap those holes. Take out these bolts first. The hammer. Usually I use a punch, but I don't have a punch. I'm gonna use a square. I'll just tap these pins out. I don't think it's going deep enough, so I need something deeper. I'm gonna use this little star screwdriver. That's one. There's a really preload on these pins, so I want to find a plug for this, or I can just use tape, because I would leave this bolt in there, but it's a banjo bolt. So when I'm cleaning it and pressure washing it, I don't want stuff to go in the hole, or else I would just send it, right? So what I could do is either put a normal bolt in it that isn't banjo, or I can find a plug. I'm gonna try to find a plug. I might have to buy more, but I have this blue one. Is it too big? Yeah, it's too big. Maybe I'll try to find a bolt. I think I found a bolt that isn't banjo. It's just kind of long. Thread pitch is different. It's a really fine thread pitch. I might just have to leave it. Sadly, the only tape I found that would work is electric. Again, I just need to keep water out of it. So as long as I can seal it. This is the thing with tape. And there's liquid. Sometimes it doesn't want to stick. So I'm just gonna wrap it around a lot and pray that it sticks. There's one complete. Pop the pins off this one and set it up. And then get them painted. Probably not get to paint them today. I'm running out of time. But took out all the hardware out of it. I'm gonna bag that up so I don't lose it. and then gonna wash them. So I brought my parts here in my clean area. I'm gonna be degreasing all of these. I'll probably be putting you guys on stand time lapses, but I'm just gonna be cleaning all these parts before I pretty much refurbish some of them. Some of them get paint, some of them don't. But I got like the calipers, the subframe, the steering rack, the knuckles, the control arms, and some brackets. I'm gonna just clean the grease off them to make sure before I prep them for paint or whatever I'm gonna do with them that they are clean. So yeah, I got the pressure washer out. Let's get going.